Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Jai Shriram Classes by CBSE. Please like, share and comment and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Please support me. In last class we have solved till 29th question. We'll move on to next question. Analyze the implications of First World War on economic and political situation of India. The war created a new economic and political situation. It led to a huge increase in the defense expenditure, which was financed by war loans and increasing taxes. To buy the equipment, they wanted to take a loan from the other countries. So, to take a loan, they increased the taxes also to buy the equipments to fight with warrior against warrior. Custom duties were raised in income tax introduced. The exchange of equipments were going through international border. At that time they introduced an income tax. Through the war years, prices increased and doubled, lending to extreme hardship for a common people. The common people were suffering a lot because the prices increased and they were facing a lot of problems during the First World War. Villages were called upon to supply soldiers, and the forced recruitment in rural areas caused widespread anger. There were a shortage of soldiers, so the Britishers said that villages has to supply soldiers. Means who are there in the villages, they should also come and fight in the war. This caused anger throughout the country. Crops failed in many parts of India, resulting in acute shortage of food. Because of bomb fell on the crop field, the crops were damaged and there were no food for eating. There is completely shortage of food for surviving. This was accompanied by a influenza epidemic. So at that time, H1N1 like virus had also came and people were suffering a lot. Millions of people were suffering from this influenza virus at that time, at the war of First World War. Next one. Analyze the role of folklore and the symbols in the revival of nationalism in India during late 19th century. The ideas of nationalism were developed through the Indian folklore and symbols. Means they were telling a folk tales, they were singing a songs, they were doing the festivals, everything they were doing that is called folklore. And symbols means in the flag they have used lotus, moon, sun, colors. This all comes under symbols and icons. Nationalists began recording folk tales sung by the bands, and they toured villages to gather folk songs and legends. What these nationalists do, they recorded the folk tales done by one village, and they moved on to another village, and there they performed another folk songs, and they gathered the legends who were perfect in singing. They took them and they moved on to next villages. This is the meaning of this sentence. Next, it felt that there was a need to preserve folk tradition in order to discover one's national identity and restore a sense of pride in one's past. Means here what they were doing, they wanted their old tradition, which was done in the past before the British comes. In the king's rule, what was the traditional of India? They wanted to preserve it and they wanted to show the national's identity. This was the national identity of means a traditional India, we can say that that time. Now, in Bengal, Rabindranath Tagore himself began collecting ballads, nursery rhymes, and mites, and led a movement for folk revival. What the Rabindranath Tagore did, he collected the rhymes and the mites, what had happened. He wrote the poems in that, and he made a folk revival movement. In Madras, Natesh Shastri published a massive four-volume collection of Tamil folk tales and folklore in southern India. In South, Natesh Shastri did the same. He collected a Tamil folk tales and whatever traditions with their folklore, stories, dramas were there in the southern India, he collected. And nationalist leaders emphasized on icons and symbols, inspiring them for unifying people and for nationalism. These nationalist leaders, what they did, they took the icons of every religion, we can say, because here Hindu, Muslim, everyone were there. They took one symbol from one religion and made a flag for unifying the people, and it would help for the nationalism also. During the Swadeshi movement in Bengal, the tricolor flag, red, green, and yellow, was designed. It had eight lotuses. You can see here eight lotuses are there, representing eight provinces of British India. At that time, eight provinces were there. Which are they means? Madras Presidency, Bengal Presidency, Bombay Presidency, Assam Presidency, Baluchistan, Orissa, Sindh and Coorg. These were the eight provinces. They took them as then identified by lotus. Then they have took crescent moon, means half moon. They have taken representing Hindu and Muslims. Okay, Hindu and Muslims. This was the answer for this question. Efficient means of transport are prerequisites of a fast development, justify the statement. Movements of goods and services over these three important domains of the earth, land, water, and air. Basis on these transport can also be classified into water and air transport. Today, the world has been converted into a large village with the help of the efficient and fast moving transport. Here we can transfer goods and services through land, water, or air. And the world has converted into large village. There are many villages, places, cities. To go from one city to another, from one place to another, we are going to use the transport systems. It may be cycle, vehicles, bicycle, aeroplane, train, car, ship, etc. Transport helps us in interacting with others in the parts of the world. Yes, if we move from one place to another throughout the world, we can contact the people. Transport like railways helps us in conducting various activities like business, sightseeing, pilgrimages, and transportation of goods over a longer distance. If we want to go for any pilgrimage places, like example Ayodhya, recently it happened, and before near Kashi, we have places to train. We can go even for Mecca and all. Can go from aeroplane. Like this, many places are there which we can go from railways and sightseeing. Sightseeing example is Dudhsagar, where the train passes. There only we can see Dudhsagar waterfalls. Like this, businesses also can be done, and train will be very comfortable for a long distance and for a long day's journey. Pipelines are used for transporting crude oil and natural gas into refineries and factories. Pipelines has been put into the earth so that crude oil can be transported and natural gases can be transported to the factories and refineries, where from raw oil to pure oil, like that they'll extract. From impurities they do separate. Okay. Water provides the cheapest means of transport and is useful for international trade. Water is the cheapest means while going to ship, it will be a cheapest thing. We can transport anything. For international trade it is used more. What water transport, like ship, boat, etc. Air transport provides the fastest, more comfortable mode of transport. Yes, we can go very fastly through aeroplane, helicopter, right? So these are used. Many things are there. Okay. This for this answer, these are the points. Next, Roadways have an edge over railways justify the statement. Construction cost of roads is much lower than the railway lines. Yes, for construction of railway lines we need more money because to buy the rods and all. But for road construction, we don't need a much cost. Roads can transfer comparatively more distinct and undulating topology. Means we can go easily in the road wherever we want. We can stop, but not in railways. Where it stops, where there is a railway station, there it will stop. Like that. Roads can negotiate higher gradients of slopes and such as can transfer mountains such as Himalayas. Means for small places also we can go. If there is a slope, there also we can create a road, but we can't create a railway line. It will be very difficult to carry a railway line to a mountain like Himalayas and all. Road transport is economically in transportation of few persons and relatively smaller amount of goods or shorter distance. For shorter distance we should go through the road only. We can't go for train and it will take a long time also and long route also. For shortest distance also we need a road. So economically it will be benefit and amount of goods will be also less relatively compared to the train. It also provides door-to-door service, thus the cost of loading and unloading is much lower. To load and unload the goods, we get a less money. Okay, we can't pay more. If we want to transfer goods from train, it need more money. Road transport is also used to feeder to other mode of transportation such as they provide link between the railway stations, air and seaport. To go for railway station we need a road, for airport we need a road, for seaport also we need a road. So roads are more important than railways. Next. There is overwhelming support of the idea of democracy all over the world. Support the statement with examples. Democracy gives a freedom to people to select their government without any domination or pressure, unlike other from the of government. So in democratic country, we can choose which people we want as our leader or a government. Democracies have a greater success in setting up a regular and free elections and in setting up conditions for open public debate. We can do public debates and select the people who we want freely. We don't have to pay for election any money. Democratic government develops mechanisms for citizens to hold government accountable and mechanisms for citizens to take part in the decision making, promotes equality among citizens. It gives every opportunity for every citizens to participate in the decision making. It gives an accountability and mechanisms to the citizens. Next, democratic government enhances the dignity of individual. It keeps every people respects and dignity. Democratic government improves the quality of decision making. It improves the decision making processes. Democratic government provides a method to resolve conflicts. To resolve conflict between any religions, the government will come and solve it. That is democratic government. Democratic provides a framework for political sustainability, accountability, and transparency. Means to stay one political party for a long time and accountability to do their work continuously without stopping anything for the people, and there will be a transparency what they are doing. It should be seen to the people who elected them. Democracy is a base on the idea of deliberation and discussion. So every idea should of democracy is it should be discussed and it should be liberalized. Means equal, no partiality should be there. Irregular, free, and fair elections are the feature of democracy. Regular, free, and fair elections are the feature of democracy. Democracy means there should be regular elections should be taken place. that to free and should be fair. No partiality should be done for one party and all. Okay, next. Democracy can address all socio-economic and political problems. Support the statement with arguments. Democracy is an important form of government that allows for the participation of citizens in the decision making. Means it is very important government that every citizen can participate in the decision making, what they want and what they do not want. Democracy provides a framework for political sustainability, accountability, and transparency. As I said earlier, it frames and things means political party should be stable and it should have accountability and transparency to the people. Democracy is based on an idea of deliberation and discussion. As I already said, same points also support this question also. So I'll move which are new point. Open public debate is a major policy of legislation. We should debate openly. What is discussion is going on the assemblies that all people should know. This is the meaning of that sentence. Democracy gives its citizens the right to information about the government and its functioning. We have right to get information about government functions, what it is doing and what not it is doing. Because we have selected that government and it should work for us. Democracies are based on the political equality. Democracy means politically everyone should be equal. All individuals have equal weight in electing representative. Everyone has only single vote, so we can vote and elect the people whom we want. Who has majority votes, he will win. Government functions to respect, to represent the general review of minority and majority. Government, what this government do means it represents the general view of minorities and majorities. They'll take both the opinions, means minorities opinions also, majority's opinion also. They'll take and come to one fair decision. Democracy has strengthened the claims of their disadvantages. This democracy takes out disadvantages and put everything in front of the government or the people, in front of the people. Okay, analyze the impact of globalization in India. MNCs have increased their investments in India, such as cell phone, automobiles, electronics, soft drinks, etc. Means big companies are investing their money in these companies. So it creating a new jobs also because of globalization, and small companies will supply raw materials to these industries, and these several of the top Indian companies have been able to benefit from their increased competition. Means many companies are there in the India like Tata, Infosys, many companies there now they are competing with each other. Because of this competition they are getting a more benefit also day by day because of improved technologies. They have invested in newer technology and production methods and raised their production standards. Some have gained more successful collaboration with foreign companies. As I said earlier, because of new technology, they are increasing their production in the good quality and they have got successfully collaboration with foreign companies also. Globalization has enabled some large Indian companies to emerge as multinationals themselves. Tata Motors, Automobiles, Infosys IT, Ranbaxy Medicines, Asian Paints, Sundaram, Fasteners, etc. So many companies like this have been globalized in India and they have made multinational as themselves only. Globalization has created a new opportunity for companies providing service, particularly those involving in IT. Because of globalization, many companies are getting opportunities to serve in the IT field, especially in the IT field. Batteries, capacitors, plastics, toys, tires, dairy products, and vegetable oil are some example of industries where the small manufacturers have hit hard due to competition. Because of the big companies, the small industries got affected by the competition. This is the impact of globalization in India. Next, analyze the ways to make globalization fair. To make fair means equal. Fair globalization would create opportunities for all and ensure that the benefits of globalization are shared better. Fair globalization means we should say share profit equally for the small scale industries also and large scale industries also. The government policies must protect the interest not only for the rich but also the powerful, but all the people in the country. As I said, we should give equally interest for all the people. Not only for the rich we have to give interest of policies, for small people also we should give the interest and policies to grow up. Labor laws must be properly implemented and the workers must get their rights. As we have labor laws also in India, they should be properly implemented and the workers should get what they have to get, like money or any benefits, salaries, bonus, etc. The government can support small producers to improve their performance till the time they perform or become strong enough to compete. Means the government has to support the small scale industries so they can compete with the strong industries. Till that, the government should help them. If necessary, the government can use trades and investment barriers. If necessary is there to bring up the small scale industries, the government has to put the barriers for the large scale industries to get a fair globalization. It can negotiate at the WTO for fairer rules. Means it can approach for WTO to get a fair rules. It can also align with other developing countries with a similar interest to fight against a domination of the developed countries in WTO. Means it can join hand with the other countries which are developing. Our country is also developing, so developing countries should take hand with the other developing country and get interest to fight against the developed countries. Next, in the past few years, massive campaigns and representation by people, organizations have influenced important decision relating to trade and investments at the WTO. Means many companies have shown the interest also and to invest in the WTO. Okay, this is the fair globalization. Next. Section E is all about the case studies itself, as you all know. So first we'll read once the case they have given. One way in which a new consumers are created is through advertisements. As you know, advertisements make products appear desirable and necessary. They are try to shape the minds of the people and create new needs. Today we live in the world where advertisements surrounds us. They appear in the newspaper, magazines, hoardings, street walls, television screens. But if we look back in history, we find that from the very beginning of the industrial age, advertisements have played a part in the expanding of the markets for products and in shaping a new consumer culture. When Manchester industrialists began selling clothes in India, they put labels on the clothes bundles. The label was needed to make the place of manufacturer and the name of the company similar or familiar to the buyer. The label was also to be the mark of the quality. When buyers saw made in Manchester's written in the bold on the label, they were accepted to feel confident about the buying of the cloth. Here it is about how to sell the goods or the products by advertisement. They are told in the case study. First question, how was the marketing of goods done in India by the British? Through labels, image of Indian gods and goddesses, calendars. We can see. Okay. If you know other than this, you can write it here. I'll move to the next question. How were a new consumers created through the advertisements during the colonial India? Advertisements made products appear desire and necessary. They tried to shape the minds of the people and created a new needs. Means these advertisements were very beautifully designed, and for people it was looking like, yeah, we should buy it. It is need for us. It was making shape of the minds of the people by seeing the advertisement. They appeared in the newspapers, magazines, hoardings, street walls. Yes, we can see the advertisements anywhere where we go, right? That is about the advertisement. Advertisements have played a part in expanding the markets for products and in shaping a new consumer culture. Advertisement play a very important role, we can say, in the products, like marketing products, because by seeing the advertisement only we go and buy the products which is good and which is not good. By the advertisement we can get to know by different companies. Okay, this is about advertisement. Next, identify the message conveyed advertisements during the industrialist for expansion of market for their products, place of the manufacturing, familiarity, mark of quality to purchase Swadeshi through. Okay, these were the important message they gave by that labels. Next question. 35 question is about conservation of energy resources. Energy is a basic requirement for economic development. Every sector of the national income, agriculture, industry, transport, commercial, and domestic needs input of energies is, because in every industry we need to put the energies. Without energy, they doesn't work. The economic development plans implemented since independence necessarily required increasing amounts of energy to remain operational. From the independence only, they are putting so much of efforts to become economically development also. In which industry we have to put how much energy, all they are planning. As a result, consumption of energy is in all the forms has been steadily increasing over all the country. Okay. From then, from 1947 they are planning, and now it is steadily increasing of consumption of energies. In this background, there is an urgent need to develop a sustainable path of energy development, because if we use more energy, renewable and non-renewable energy, it will get depleted. So we should go in the correct path, right? That too in a sustainable path, we have to develop the economic development. So promotion of energy conservation and increased use of renewable energy sources are the twin path or planks of sustainable energy. They are saying here energy conservation is also important, and using of renewable energies is also the two paths for sustainable energy. They are saying India is presently one of the least energy efficient countries in the world. It is using more less renewable energy. They are saying India is one of the less using of renewable energy. We have to adopt a cautious approach to for the judicious use of our limited energy resources. We should carefully use our renewable resource, non-renewable resources, they are saying here. For example, as concerned citizens, we can do a bit by using public transport system instead of individual vehicles, switching off electricity when it is not used, using power saving devices, and not using non-conventional sources of energy. At last, energy saved is energy produced. How much we save, that much we can produce, they are saying. The question they asked is, why is sustainable energy key to sustainable development? The answer is, energy is a basic requirement for economic development, as we said here. Every sector of national income, agriculture, industry, transport, commercial and domestic need inputs of energy. Every sector need energy. Sustainable of future depends upon conservation of energy in the overall remains. They are saying here. Okay. Any one point we can write because they have asked for 1 marks. Next question. Why is consumption of energy rising all over India? Because India is the world's third largest energy consuming country. That's why there is a rise in the energy consumption. Rising incomes and improving standards of living. Yes, we know that. Economic development, rising population and technology developments. Because of rising population, there is more development of technologies also and there is more development of economic also. That's why there is increase in the energy consumption all over the world. I mean all over the India. Explain energy saved is energy produced. We are saying how explain this sentence. At last they have given right at the end of the paragraph that using renewable energy, improved energy security, improve access to energy by assuring access to affordable, reliable, sustainable and modern energy. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay, you can use renewable energies and improve our energy security. Access energy we can use. If we save in future, we can use that. That is the meaning of that sentence. For real, you can reduce it, and reuse it. Then you can recycle the energy. That is the meaning of the sentence. Next question. 36th is also about the case study, that is decentralization in India. Once we'll read the case here. When power is taken away from the central and the state governments and given to the local government, it is called decentralization. A basic idea behind decentralization is that there is a large number of problems and issues which are best settled at the local level. People have better knowledge of problems in their localities. They also have better ideas on where to spend money and how to manage things more efficiently. Besides, at the local level, it is possible for the people to directly participate in the decision making. This helps to inculcate a habit of democratic participation. Local government is the best way to realize one important principle of democracy, mainly local self-government. The need of decentralization was reorganized in our constitution. Since then, there have been several attempts to decentralize power to the level of the villages and towns. Panchayats in the villages and municipalities in the urban areas were set up in all the states, but these were directly under the control of state governments. Elections to these local governments were not held regularly. This is the problem, and this will be the main solution. Okay, if we do. They are saying, explain decentralization in democracy. When power is taken away from the central and the state governments and given to a local government, it is called decentralization. That they have given in the first statement itself. Okay, next one. Explain the importance of self-government in democracy. Large number of problems and issues are best settled in the local level. Yes, in local we know how many problems we are facing, but the state government or the central government they don't know what the common people are facing the problems and what are the problems at the ground level. To know about the ground level problems, self-government is important. People have better ideas about money spent and how to manage things more efficiently. Okay, it is understood. People can participate in decision making process. Even now, in we can't participate in the decision making. Only the elected members in the assemblies they go and they discuss. But we can't participate now. Only our elected members will participate in the decision making, but at the local level everyone can take part in the decision making, they are saying here. That will be the importance of local self-government. Next, describe any two steps taken by Indian government for decentralization. Panchayats in villages and municipalities in urban areas have been set up. Power have been given to the panchayats and the municipalities. 73rd and the 74th constitutional amendments. Through 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment, panchayats and municipalities were created and they were given a rights. Okay, this is the end of case study, and last is map study. Here is the map study they have given. They have given here places. Two places A and B have been marked on the given outline political map of India. This is political map of India and they have given here places they have marked. Identify them with the help of the given information and write their correct names on the lines drawn near them. Here we have to write which places are they. First A, the place where the session of INC was held in the September 1920. They are saying it is Kolkata. So I'll write it here. I'll use the right text box and I'll show you. Yeah, one second. This color is changed here. Now you can see, right? Kolkata is the place here. It is the Kolkata. And next question. The place where Mahatma Gandhi broke the salt law. It is Dhande, I can see. Dhandi. It is Dandi. Once again, I'll write it. It is Dandi. Next option, sorry, question B. On the same outline map of India, locate and label the any three of the following with the suitable symbols. Hirakund Dam, Tirupura Atomic Power Station, Pune Software Technological Park, Paradeep Sea Port. We'll locate it one by one. I'll use the symbols here to locate it. Shapes. In front of you only I'm showing how I'm doing here. Here itself it is. It will become very big. Okay. It is here. Tirupura is here. In front of that I'll write the name that so that you can get to know what it is. I don't know why this is changing again and again. Tarpur, okay. This is the ocean. Yeah. This is the place. Next one, we'll locate Pune here. Again, I'll use it. I'll use the same symbol, but it is here. Pune. Tell it here, I think. Yes. I'll write the name here with the help of text box. I'll write it. Okay. It is Pune. Pune. I think you got. I think you're getting it right. And next we'll locate Hirakud. Hirakud Dam. It is in the Odisha. I'll just duplicate it. It is here. Hirakud Dam. Little bit here. Here it is. I'll lock it. And I'll write it with the help of text box. One second. Hirakud Dam. Here. Okay, next. Last place. Pardeep Seaport. It is also here only. At the edge here itself it is there. You can see. I'll write it with the help of text box. One sec. Color is not coming here. Yeah, this is the seaport. Okay, these are the places located.